Janelle Franca Correa has just recently returned to work at her Point Loma hair salon. Life was pretty normal until about a year ago when she got a mammogram at the age of 41. It was negative, but soon after it, she started feeling some pain in her breast.
I met my general doctor, my husband went with me, and she said, do not worry. Things like this happen. Pain is not associated with breast cancer. Like, it may be just a mass that's touching a nerve, and that's why you're having pain. And either way, we'll do a biopsy and see what it is.
She got the results of the biopsy from a phone call.
It was my kid's last day of school, so picked them up at school, took them to Denny's, and then I got the call back. And I answered it thinking it's nothing. I'm just sitting there with my kids. And automatically, my oldest was like, I could tell something's wrong. I was like, it's okay, I'm just on the phone with my doctor. So I immediately texted my husband and said, I can't call you because I don't want to say this out loud. But it came back cancerous. We're going to finish up here and I'll come home.
Every person's journey through cancer is different because lives are complex, and so is breast cancer. Daniel Hollern is a cancer biologist at Salk Institute. He said he devoted himself to the field of study after two of his heroes, his uncle and his grandpa, died from cancer. He says cancer is a very general term for many different diseases.
Within breast cancer, we have triple-negative breast cancer, we have hormone receptor-positive breast cancer, we have HER2 receptor-positive breast cancer. Each of those have different sort of treatments that work. And so, therefore, every cancer patient kind of enters their journey from, a unique place.
Hollern's research is focused on immunotherapy treatment, teaching the immune system to attack cancer cells in a robust way. T cells are his attackers, but when it comes to breast and some other cancers, the cell targets are hard to find. He's looking for ways to activate B cells, another part of the immune system alphabet, so they can direct T cells toward their cancerous targets. Will this therapy become the best way to treat breast cancer?
I think even though immunotherapy has struggled to work yet, that it's not a hopeless endeavor. I truly believe that this is the way to go because our cancer cells can develop resistance to drugs, but when you have your immune system locked on, there's nowhere for it to go.
Hollern's research may hold promise for the future of breast cancer treatment, but immunotherapy wasn't an option for Janelle Franco Correa, so she made the tough choice of having a double mastectomy. Her doctors discovered a cancerous lymph node in the process, so she will begin radiation treatment next month. Correa, by the way, had no family history of breast cancer. Losing both breasts was hard. She says losing that part of her and having to wear baggy shirts has been very tough.
It's definitely been mentally, emotionally, a huge challenge. I haven't really gone to parties or anything. I'm just don't want to get dressed in that sort of way yet. But the mental and emotional side has been the hugest part. And I've talked to lots of women that feel the same way.
She is planning to have breast reconstructive surgery. Hollern says an important lesson in Correa's experience is the fact that she went back for more diagnosis even though her mammogram was negative.
The intuition that she had to go back and have a second look is really important because, sometimes you can miss things and the person knows their own body, something doesn't feel right. And, in her case, going back and having that second look probably is what saved her life.
In her salon, Correa has set up a little display with a picture of her family and an invitation to enter a breast cancer fundraising raffle, a reminder that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. The Susan G. Komen Foundation is active this month, fundraising and sponsoring events that bring attention to the cause. Leah Brune is executive director of Susan G. Komen San Diego. She says they want to bring their message and the therapies they underwrite to women of all ethnic backgrounds.
Latino women, it's the most diagnosed cancer in Latino women. And like I mentioned, the 40% more likely for Black women to die from this disease. So these are just really large disparities that we need to continue just putting a focus on.
One of the culminating events of Breast Cancer Awareness Month will be the Susan G. Komen More Than Pink Walk in Balboa Park. The celebratory walk takes place on Sunday, November 3rd. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.